Hello. Today we're going to have a look at a simple version of Norwegian Wood by the Beatles, or at least my version of Norwegian Wood by the Beatles. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, great. The beauty of the internet is you don't have to watch it. You can go and find another version. Anyway, good tune, fairly famous, and fairly easy to pick up. We're going to use 6 chords today, so it's not an absolute beginner's song. But if you like it and you want to stretch yourself a little, it's not that much to pick up. It's fairly easy to pick up the chords and the pattern that we're going to be using. So just so you know what's coming, I'll do a quick run through the chords we're going to use. So you need a D chord, the C chord, you'll need D minor, you'll need G, you need E minor 7, and you'll need A7. So if you want to familiarise yourself with those, that's fine. We'll go through 2 of the 3 of the ones that are a little bit less common later on. And that's it. You're going to need a guitar, obviously. If you prefer using a pick, that's your choice, but we're going to have a look at a fairly easy technique, just using thumb and finger strumming, so you won't need a pick for this. And that's it. If you're ready, we'll go on. We'll have a look at the first part of the verse. So, the verse part for Norwegian Wood, nice and simple to start out with. We're just going to need 2 chords for this part, and that is a D chord and a C chord. So hopefully you're already comfortable with those 2. If you're not, you want to take some time to go away, look them up, get used to them, that's fine. But assuming you already know what D and C look like, we'll move on and take a look at the rest of the verse. The strumming pattern that we're going to use for this is something that was explained to me as thumb and strum, which basically means you're using your thumb here to pick out a bass line at the start of each bar, and then you're using the rest of your fingers or the back of your thumb or a bit of both to strum through the rest of the bar. And the pattern for it is pick, strum, down, up, pick, down, up, pick, down, up, pick, down, up. So just so we know what we're looking at, on a D chord, for example, your bass line is pretty much always going to be the lowest note of the chord that you're playing. So remember, on a D, we only play those 4 top strings, we don't play these bottom 2 strings. So the lowest note, the bass line on a D chord, is going to be this 4th string, this open D string. So we're going to pick the open D and then strum the rest of the strings, like that. If you like, take as much time as you want just to get used to that, get comfortable with it. That's really the trick of this song, is once you get used to that strumming pattern, hopefully the rest is going to come pretty easily. So, for your C chord, exactly the same technique. We're going to use the same picking pattern, the same technique right the way throughout the song, whatever the chord is. But obviously that bass line is going to change. So with a C chord, the lowest note of the chord now is going to be this fretted 5th string. So it's going to be that note of C that you're playing on the 5th string there. That will be your bass line, but exactly the same technique. Pick, down, up, pick, down, up, pick, down, up, pick, down, up, pick, down, up. Don't worry too much if you can't always hit the same bass note. If you find yourself maybe hitting the 4th instead of the 5th, that's fine. Actually, a lot of people call that a walking bass line. Some people do it on purpose, some people let it happen on accident. But it doesn't matter too much if you're not always hitting the same bass line, but try and keep to it. So that's it. The rhythm that we're going to use for this verse part initially is 5 bars of D, move back to 1 bar of C, and then finish with 2 more bars of D, and repeat that through the verse part of the song. So hopefully it will look like this. D, 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 that's it. Obviously you add in some vocals and you get something that sounds a little bit like a song. And that's it, that's the verse. Obviously find the lyrics somewhere else if you fancy playing along. Next we're going to have a look at the chorus, which will be broken down into two parts. Okay, so the chorus part from Norwegian Wood, we're going to start with a D minor chord. If you haven't come across D minor before, this is what it looks like, this is how you fret it. So you take your index finger and you place it on the first fret of the first string. You're going to place your middle finger on the second fret of the third string, and you're going to place your ring finger on the third fret of the second string, and you're going to play this fourth string, this open D as well. D minor is related to a D chord, so similar to the D chord, you're just playing these top four strings in your D chord. You don't play these bottom two strings here. So obviously your bass line, your bass note is again going to be this fourth string. This open D is going to be the lowest note of the chord, so you're going to pick that and strum through the rest of the chord. Okay, so 4 bars of D minor, and then we're going to move to the G. Hopefully you know the G. Just to remind you, you play all 6 strings on a G, so your bass line is going to be this bottom 6th string here. So we're going to pick that and play through the rest of the bar. So 4 D minor, move to 4 G, and then we're going to move back to D minor and play another 4. So that's the first step. 4 D minor, 4 G, 4 D minor, and then we're going to move to a chord called E minor 7, which sounds worse than it is. If you haven't come across it before, E minor 7, one way of fretting it, one way of playing it, nice and easy. Just take your middle finger and place it on the second fret of the 5th string, and that's the only note you're going to fret, but you're going to play all 6 strings. So that's one way to play your E minor 7. If you're smart, you might have picked this up. E minor 7 is related to an E minor, which you might know already. So another way to look at it is you play an E minor chord and you lift your ring finger away so that you're not fretting, and that's your E minor. So we've got 2 bars of that, and then we're going to move to an A7. Now an A7 again is related to an A chord, which you may know, and what you pretty much do is lift your middle finger away from this 3rd string, and that's an A7. So all on the 2nd fret, you're going to use your ring finger to fret the 2nd string, and you're going to use your index finger to fret the 4th string, and that's an A7, and you just play these top 5 strings. You do not play the bottom 6th string. So your bass line, hopefully you're catching on to this now, your bass line is going to be that 5th open string there, and we want 2 bars of A7. So okay, so just to go through everything, 4 bars of D minor, 4 bars of G, 4 bars of D minor, 2 bars of E minor 7, and finish with 2 bars of A7, and that's it. So it should sound a little bit like this: D minor, D minor, D minor, D minor, G, 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 D minor, D minor, D minor, D minor, E minor 7, A7. And that's it, and play it through as many times as you need just to get comfortable with that. If you want to see how it all fits together, I've got a full version here on YouTube with the chords flashing up as you play along, and I hope you enjoy it. See you again.